KPTX Big Rapids, the 80s, and more. B1039.
Morning sun lights the day, Pat and Brian on the way. Stories of a small town life. Sports and joy cut like a knife. Hot stove leaguing for chat. High school dreams and college stats. Wednesday morning tales unfold. Memories and news retold. Tune in B1039. Curries voice and life's sweet line. Sheriff Miller by his side. Lively bluegrass. Hearts alive.
Brought to you by Big Rapids Tire and by Zott's Bar and Grill. Good morning, Pat.
Good morning, Bob. How are you?
I'm awake.
Yeah, you're looking great, by the way. Brian Miller, Sheriff's with us this morning. Morning, Brian.
Morning.
Brian, as you all know out there, pretty much 90% of the time picks who's going to be on every Wednesday morning on the sports show, and he's always picked a great group of people to come in here and represent their sports. We've had them all the way from Everett, Chippewa Hills, Reed City, Big Rapids, Morley, Stanwood. I'm probably forgetting White Cloud. Pine River, yep. A lot of great people out there in the sports
Ferris.
world. Yep, and Ferris. Thanks,
Beale City.
Yep, Beale City, yeah, that's right. Yep. But anyway, this morning we got a special group of people here that are dedicated their whole lives to the Olympics here in Michigan. It's the special Mecosta, Osceola, Newego County Special Olympic. We have, 3 guests and the director here?
I am the fundraising person.
You're the fundraising
and
person.
And a coach and PR.
And your name? I have
Jennifer Knowles.
Jennifer Knowles. Where are you from, Jennifer?
I live here in Big Rapids now.
Okay,
I originally
now.
grew up in Everett.
Okay, yep. Well, you're from the Everett area. We had an Everett guy on yesterday, Brad Branston. Mm-hmm. You know Brad?
No, I don't recognize that
Wow,
name.
we had a great show yesterday.
And last Wednesday.
Yeah.
We had the Everett team, basketball team on last Wednesday.
Right.
So.
The Wildcats.
Well,
Yep.
you're picking the Wildcats for sure, yeah. Well, Brian, I'm going to let you go ahead and take off with this on the Special Olympics, Area 5 here. Dear to all of us in the area. Got a lot of great entertainment over the years from them, but tell us a little bit about how'd you pick them?
Well, I picked them because this past Saturday they had their polar plunge fundraiser to help with the Summer Olympics and I guess the Special Olympics as a whole. So I thought, okay, why not have them on to talk about this past Saturday, their observations. And then, Patrick, did you jump?
No.
Okay. Talked about how cold it was that day.
He's our mascot, Pudge, though.
That's right. And then talk about, I guess, the Special Olympics and the summer games that are going to be coming up and just their experiences. I think it's pretty important to talk about. And, Amanda here, I've known since she was a young girl and kind of had to redirect her a lot. But anyways, so known her for a long time and thought, why not get them in here? So let's start by going around. You can introduce yourself, talk a little bit about yourself. Don't take up too much time, Amanda. And then we'll go on to everyone else.
Good morning. My name is Amanda Davis, and I am Area 5 athlete, Global Messenger Health Messenger athlete leader. I am on the board of directors for Special Olympics Michigan. I do quite a bit with Special Olympics, and we just want to come on here and, again, talk about a little bit about the polar plunge and what upcoming sports that we have coming up soon.
Okay. Well, we'll go to your better half. Patrick, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you put up with her at home?
My name is Patrick Davis, and I am a global messenger, an athlete leader, and I do a lot of Special Olympic sports, and I just have to help her out with what I can.
Okay. Jennifer, maybe a little bit about yourself.
My name is Jennifer Knowles. I am the fundraising coordinator, PR coach, whatever Pat needs me to do. And this is my son, Andrew Hoke. He's an athlete.
Andrew, you want to talk a little bit?
Shoot. Huh?
Say hi.
Hi.
Hi, Andrew.
There you go.
Okay. Now, do you want to talk about a little bit about Saturday? Maybe how much money you guys raised, I guess how it compares to past years and some expectations moving forward with the summer games. I think they're just going to be around the corner.
Right, summer games is May 29th through the 31st at CMU as always, which is wonderful. They do so much for us. But our polar plunge was Saturday. We had a great turnout. We had 91 plungers, I believe, and raised over $17,000.
Okay, so we did get close. Yeah, I think
Yes.
18,000 was the goal, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, and you can still donate for 90 days using that plungemi.org.
Okay, so it was close. I think at one
think
point,
we
I think
got
we
it.
were around 14. I remember early in the morning.
I was scared the week before when I looked and it was only like 7 or 8, but
Right.
I knew we could count on our community.
Okay, great. It was cold that day.
It was very cold.
Yeah.
And the wind whipping.
Well, yeah, I did it, maybe 16 years ago, 15 years ago, I did it out at Chippewa Lake.
I tried to raise money to get you to plunge that day.
Yep, I did it, and I said that was enough. I don't get the shower unless it's really hot.
Can we
if it's-
recruit you next year, possibly?
Well, here's the thing: so Friday, as you remember, it was sunny and very nice out. Not a lot of wind or anything. So I thought to myself Friday, I said, you know what? I think I might just give it a try tomorrow. So I got up Saturday, packed a bunch of spare clothes, put it in my car, and then I got there, and I said no.
No.
Because it was pretty cold and windy. And talking to Mike O'Neill from UPS and their group, they said it was much colder this year than it was last.
Really?
So I think I made a good decision. And I think, I don't know if it was Jen that asked me to be a judge.
Yeah, one of us did.
Yep.
I think it was Pat.
Okay. Was it Pat that asked me?
Yeah.
Okay. When she asked me to be a judge, I quickly jumped at the chance.
Kept you out of the pool.
Yes. So,
What do you do as a judge, Brian?
well, we judge the outfits, the costumes. They do a little parade beforehand. I'm trying to think. I think the princess.
She was like the mermaid.
mermaid.
Mermaid, yep.
Pink
She
hair.
she won, although there was Matt Spadowski and his buddy there. They I liked their outfits. There was Scooby Doo, so there were a few. So we do the judging, and it was Juliet Dragus, Lynn Horn, Tyler Schuberg, and the mayor and I. So we all do that together, and then we judge the dunks or the jumps into the pool. And the guy, I think, was it Tyler or Kyle?
Superman, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Superman. Yep, because Bob was there. It was cold, wasn't it, Bob?
Very, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so, the Superman. Actually, he did. If you look at the pics, there's some good pictures. His
Yeah,
form
Ren
was
there
pretty
and
good.
Did a spread in the Pioneer. It's like,
Yeah, his form was pretty
He looked like
good.
He was flying in that one picture.
Yeah, it was awesome. So as soon as then I think Dale Whaley did a very good one too. Dale was there. Dale actually called me out last year in front of everybody, and
We all did.
yeah, well, I don't like.
We
cold
can't have a sick sheriff, so,
No,
No good excuse.
And
Yes.
if you ask me if sometimes I'm pretty frail. So that Dale's was good too. I think he kind of just. Oh, somebody did like a belly smell and just kind of did that. So that a lot of fun though. And you always. I was worried at first about. I think I got there. I thought registration was 10:30, so I got there at 10, thinking, okay, if I'm going to do this, I want to get there early. Well, then I got there and found out how cold it was and decided not to, so I stood around. But probably about 10:30, 11, I'm like, ugh, are people going to show up for this? And then by,
Yeah, they were late bloomers.
yeah. But then when everybody showed,
Yeah.
it was.
Because I just left the music on outside. I went inside. I could not deal with that.
No, I was in there with you, remember?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, back in the day, it all started with somebody thinking of plunging in the lake, dare you to do it, and raise money, and people would support you just to see how dumb you really are to jump in that ice cold water in Chippewa Lake. But now, with that being in the dunk tank instead of, if that's what we want to call it, we could have it in July. Why wouldn't you pick a little nicer month than in February when it's
Are you really going to pay somebody to go in the warm water?
So
Well,
I've done.
it'd be
That's the
cold
whole
water.
point of the
It'd be
polar
cold
plunge. That's
water.
why we call it freezing for a reason.
Oh yeah,
Freezing for a reason.
I'm
Because it
just
goes
asking.
too
Yeah, see,
cold
I-
in the
I'm
wintertime.
not
Because it's going to be
sure.
cold water. Bob, go
Yeah,
ahead.
well,
you have something
I
to say,
tried
Bob.
that.
I'm going to go ahead and talk over you. No, go ahead.
No, I did as I promised. Last year I was in Aruba,
Okay.
and put my toe in the water, and
Yeah,
that
yeah.
that was my
Yeah.
polar plunge.
I always thought a dunk tank with like a hot water dunk tank, not
Right.
like boil them or anything, but that might be fun.
So
in those
you know what?
places.
I've done dunk tanks. We had National Night Out for a long time when I was
Oh,
at
yeah,
the city.
I've seen you in one.
Yeah, I've been in the dunk tanks, and the firefighters would always think it was funny and put a bunch of ice in there before I
Right.
got in there.
That is
So
the
That'd
germiest
be fun.
thing in the world is a dunk tank.
Pardon me, Bob? Repeat.
Yeah, huh?
What'd you say?
No, it's like the germiest thing in the world.
just don't have any open wounds.
Yeah, right.
Just have one person.
Yeah. But anyway, it was very successful. You had a lot of
Yes.
people, and
And
you
we did-
expected that to happen, obviously. And
Yeah.
like anything else, you put on something else, the event will always take care of itself at the last minute.
It was fun to have it at the lake, but the ice became too unstable over
No,
there,
I
so we couldn't
understand.
count
Yeah.
on it.
Well,
And-
then it's
and
more convenient for people
parking
downtown.
was a
It helps Big
nightmare.
Rapids. Brings a lot of people downtown.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I did it one year out at Chippewa Lake, and never again.
Yeah, I never did, but I
See,
used to go out
and you're
there.
calling me out.
Yeah, yeah.
That's because I have asthma, so I can't really do a whole lot when my doctor says absolutely not.
So you raised $17,000.
Yeah.
Where's this money go?
The
And what's
money
it do?
goes to fund all of our state events. We have a year-round program, so we have spring games, summer games, fall games, winter games, and then everything in between. So it goes to pay for lodging, it goes for gas in our vans that we rent, it goes to feed our athletes, house our athletes, for our medals, our paperwork, pay our state staff and everything. So everything is donated to us.
How many athletes here in the area?
We have, 70 some, maybe
Wow.
creeping up on 90.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Best I knew, yeah.
Wow, you
And we're
got
starting a young athletes program, hopefully with Ferris. There's people that showed interest there, so we can get in the schools more and get younger athletes. So we need to grow our program.
That's great.
We're aging out.
yeah. So you have a lot of activities at Ferris, basketball.
Yes, speaking of basketball, April 15th is our heart-to-heart, hand-to-hand, I might have said that backwards, fundraising basketball game with them, and that is so much fun.
Yeah. These
We
kids-
also have district basketball coming up at Shepherd High School on March 1st. And Patrick, you will be playing in that. So good luck to you and your team and our Scrappy Dogs as well as the Eagles this weekend.
That's, you call them Scrappy Dogs?
Yep, we have
Yeah,
three
three
teams. So we
teams.
have the Bulldogs, the Scrappy Dogs, and the Eagles, who are from Newaygo County.
Oh, yeah. Wow. And that's all playing at Ferris that night?
Nope, they are playing in Shepherd. Yep, 3 teams playing in Shepherd, so that will be a great day as well for our teams.
So who do you have on your team, Patrick?
Myself, Nick Borders, LT, and John, and some other people.
Okay. So I thought Nick was going to be here this morning.
He forgot he had a prior appointment.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Prior appointment. Yeah, it sounds
That's
like
a
a
cop-out.
politician.
What about you people and your
Yeah.
cop-outs?
I'd like to see Nick this morning. I'm kind of disappointed. I enjoy talking to him. I know he's been a big inspiration to a lot of people in the
Yes.
Special Olympics and does a lot of good out there, that's for sure. He's kind of the spokesman for the area, isn't he?
Sometimes. Actually, Amanda is one of our, she's our athlete rep.
Sure.
And then he's not really a spokesman for us, but
No.
he does love to talk.
Well,
I'm also
that's
on
called a
the-
spokesman.
I'm also on our Area 5 management team as well. I forgot to mention that earlier.
Yeah.
Wow, you are a busy girl, aren't you, Bob?
Yeah,
How would
absolutely.
you keep up with all
And
that?
hopefully by this time next year, I will be your area director.
Awesome.
Pat's going to start training me.
Is she?
And if everything goes well and I think I can handle it, then that'll
She's
be
been
me.
an angel for that program for how many years?
She's still in the program. She's our regional manager as
Right.
well. So she's a
Oh.
busy, busy woman.
Yeah.
And taking care of her husband who's doing really well now.
Good. Yeah, I saw him.
It was good to see him.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
was there. He didn't participate as much as he did in years past, but
Oh, no.
he usually goes around with the bullhorn and leads everybody on their parade. But he was there. He led the line. So
Yeah, he did.
So you got your
Awesome.
polar plunge and then another big fundraiser for you is the torch run, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
is
that's
that
in
good?
the spring. That's
and
in
that's
the fall.
in the fall.
That's
Usually
not
September.
So much of a fundraising. We don't do much for that.
Oh, don't
it's
ya?
LETR does. They do the.
Yep.
They run the torch throughout the state.
I'll try that.
So LETR raises like $3 million for us a year.
That's awesome.
Brian, I think maybe that day we can come up with something special. That does fall on 9/11. So
Oh, it does this year?
maybe we can.
Okay. And she's typically a Thursday, right? If I'm not mistaken.
The second Thursday.
Do you get any grants or anything at all? I mean, you'd think with all the grants out there,
I'm sure
federal
with the
government.
state office does a lot of that.
does
And we
he?
have national sponsors like Spartan Nash and
Yeah.
people like that. So.
Real Estate One Charitable Foundation.
You always come up with the money, don't you, Amanda?
Absolutely.
We have to,
Yeah.
I've been around it all my life. I was raised around adult foster care homes. My family had them in Everett. And my son's special needs, so.
Are you a Beamer?
No, I'm a Knowles.
Oh, a
But I
Knowles,
went to
yeah.
school with Beamers. I know all the older
Right.
ones.
Yeah, they had a lot of homes up there, didn't
Yep.
they, throughout Barrington?
Yeah, my folks actually worked for them for a while.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they were kind of like the pioneers of that.
Yep, and my grandma was Cora Frost. She was in that area. They started like in the late 60s having people take people in and paying for that. So
Good Americans, that's for sure.
it takes a special person.
Yeah.
And then, speaking of basketball, if any of our teams win this weekend, they will advance to the state finals in Grand Rapids, March 21st and 22nd. But they have to get gold in order to advance on to the state finals.
Okay. So, are you ready?
Yes, I'm very, very, very ready.
He's fast down the court, so he's.
Yes.
Awesome.
Well, now you're talking about basketball. There's other sports too.
Absolutely.
What are they?
So we have basketball, and then summer games coming up. We'll have volleyball, swimming, track and field, and a few other sports. Bowling has actually been moved to
Fall.
November Classic with unified bowling, so there will be no bowling this summer, which is fine. I'm taking the summer off to continue my healing and to
'Cause you were a
focus
big
on
bowler,
my
right?
board of, yep, I'll be focusing on my board of directors position and just playing it out safe.
Yep, and I'm
Yeah.
the track and field coach.
Huh?
And I'm the track and field coach.
You have swimming, softball. You have all kinds of
We have
activities.
sports throughout the year. There's golf. We have softball.
Golf?
Poly hockey. Yeah.
Football.
Speaking of golf, I
We
am
haven't started
the
our
first
football
female in Area 5 to get gold 5 years in a row.
Wow.
Awesome. And what sport?
Golf.
Golf?
Golf skills competition. Yep, I got gold 5 years in a row.
How do you get gold?
You just gotta pay attention to the ball and where you're hitting it, and you just gotta slow yourself down, think about what you're doing. And I was able to be the first one to get gold 5 years in a row. So,
Where'd you play at?
Eagle Crest in Ypsilanti.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Nice course.
Yeah, we just finished our winter games up in Traverse City 3 weeks ago. We have a snowshoe. Actually, we have 2 snowshoe teams that we combine.
Oh, really?
Yep, Andrew does. My son does snowshoes.
Short. What is it called?
Snowshoes. Yeah.
It's a race?
Yeah, they do the 50 and 100 meters.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And
Yeah.
Kim Chapman is our coach for that, and I assist her. So
How about alpine skiing?
we do not.
We do not.
Do you wanna
Other
coach
areas
it?
do that, like Grand Rapids, like the bigger areas have
Oh,
stuff like that.
okay.
You have to
Being
have
that
it.
we're a smaller area, we don't have a lot of the bigger sports that some of the other areas have.
Bet volleyball's a good one. I
Yeah.
really likes that one, huh?
So
Yeah.
the first year that we did volleyball, Kim Chapman was our coach, and Patrick and I actually were on the team, and we brought home gold the first season for Kim. So
That's
Wow.
awesome. So we got some talent around
Oh, we
here.
got lots of
yeah,
talent.
Yeah.
absolutely, lots of talent.
So what I guess for the summer games, that's in Mount Pleasant in
Yes.
end of May,
May 29th.
May 29th. I think our posse's coming over to help out with that
Great.
week. They asked if that they could do that outside the area, and I think it's important. So
I want to say, if you have not been to a Special Olympics event, either polar plunge, any of our games, come out and watch a game. You will not be disappointed. It's a great community of athletes. We cheer each other on to the finish. It's a strong camaraderie. So, like I said, if you haven't been out, come watch a game. Don't be scared, to come out and have a great time and cheer on us athletes.
I've been out to watch you guys play softball before, polar plunge. I haven't made it to Mount Pleasant.
Oh, you'll be amazed.
Yeah, you would be amazed with how many athletes are out at summer games.
And that's on the campus there at Central?
Yep.
Yes, and they do so much. They have like the Healthy Village for our athletes. They run them through, do eye exams and dental exams and things like that. So it's really good for them too.
I think there's a Mount Pleasant officer,
Yeah.
Josh Tyson. I think that's involved with Special Olympics over there. I think Josh worked at the city of Big Rapids before he went over to Mount Pleasant PD. And I think he's their school resource over there.
Like Jennifer said, we have different, the Healthy Athlete Village. We have different things, healthy smiles, healthy hearing. And let me tell you, being an athlete with an intellectual disability, if it weren't for our games with Special Olympics, I would have never known that I was hard of hearing. And I was able to get hearing aids free of charge from Special Olympics Michigan and the Healthy Hearing. And it's made a world of difference of how much better I can hear. And like my TV used to be at 60, 70 volume. Now it's only at like 19, 20.
60.
And I can hear just fine.
What kind of hearing aids? Where'd you get them at?
So they are through what's called the Grand Valley Community Hearing Clinic down in Grand Rapids.
Okay.
They partner with Special Olympics Michigan, and us athletes get our hearing aids free of charge.
So Patrick, she can't use that excuse on you anymore at home. You realize that, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Don't say nothing.
All right. Just wanted to throw that out
You
there.
heard him. He
yes.
just said, yep.
Well, why don't we take a break here, Bob, and salute to our Zots Bar and Grill, and
Yep.
Big Rapids Tire, and and Bob Aldridge from B1039
Bobby.
WBZX. We love you, Bob.
We'll be back with more of Curry's Corner on B1039.
Hey, this is Andrew from the Big Rapids Tire. Putting off winter, good idea for some, but in reality, pretty much impossible. And if you wait too long to get snow tires, you'll be saying,
should have done it sooner. Dang it.
or something slightly more harsh. Last thing you want is to be slipping and sliding, or even worse, delayed, because you can't get out of your driveway. Get fresh new snow tires from Big Rapids Tires. There's no better feeling than to confidently take on the roads in the rough weather with good, solid snow tires on your car. Confidence and peace of mind. Priceless. Big Rapids Tire. There for you, whatever the weather. Fast and friendly service on Northland Drive, just north of Big Rapids. Call 796-4839. That's 796-4839. Big Rapids Tire.
Come say cheers at Zots Bar and Grill in Big Rapids. Great food, great prices, and great people, where everybody knows your name. Zots, people's choice for best soup. You don't want to miss their award-winning burgers and chili as well. Originally opened in 1933 and serving it up ever since. Seasonal beers on tap. Located at 732 North State Street in Big Rapids. Roxanne and Doug at Zots Bar and Grill are proud sponsors of the Signature Player of the Week for the Curry's Hot Stove League every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. B1039 back with more of Curry's Hot Stove League, and Pat's outside doing something. So Brian, take it away.
All right. So off the radio here, off air, we talked about maybe talking a little bit about your experiences, memorable ones, and things that have been important to you through Special Olympics, and we'll work our way around and start with Amanda.
So one thing that really comes to mind is when I first started Special Olympics back in 2010. I didn't know much about Special Olympics. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know, what sports they do and stuff. And at first I was really shy. Like I was like quiet, not really, didn't really know anybody. And then as time went on, I just, I really opened up and have been able to express myself, and I've been able to work myself up the chain of command from being an athlete to now being on the board of directors for Special Olympics and being an athlete on that board of directors. So it's just been really working my way up the chain of command.
Okay. All joking aside, I'm very proud of where you are in life.
Thank you.
And yes, it makes me very happy because, again, I knew you when you were younger. Always a good kid, even though we gave each other heck. But to see where you are and the position you are at with the Special Olympics makes me happy and proud.
Thank you.
Patrick, a little bit of background and some things, experiences that were memorable to you with being involved in the Special Olympics.
Just getting my start in. Because I have uncles that done Special Olympics. So when I went to go watch them all the time, I've always just been memorized about it and wanted to do it ever since.
Okay. And Patrick, where did you go? Did you go to school around here?
No, I went to Everett.
You went to Everett. Okay.
Yay.
Yep.
And Jen, I'm sure you got some, I guess, maybe experiences yourself or things that make you happy with some of the Olympians that you've had go through the program. Because I think it's nice to see where some people start and where they are.
And for me, like Amanda said, how she grew in herself and her self-confidence and everything she does now. Special Olympics can give that to our athletes. I've seen it over and over again where those shy little people come out. They don't know that they can do things. People don't always let them do things. So we learn skills not only for sports, but living skills, and we just become a family. For my son, he started in 2010 with basketball and then volleyball, I believe. But the first time I went to the summer games, I bawled as a parent because I had never went before, and I could not believe how many people come there and come together for us. So that's been just awesome.
The support. I think community support is so huge when it comes to things like this. Community comes together. Like I said, Saturday, I've been to probably half a dozen or more polar plunges, and you always to see the community support out there for that is.
It's great. We get volunteers from businesses. That was really nice to have, like the girls from Wesco come in and helped out with the food and things, and the posse and the dive team. Everybody is volunteers. So everybody you've seen there doing something, that's because we love these athletes so much.
Right. And they, so did we have any, well, actually, yeah, Stacy got in.
We had.
How many athletes did we have do the plunge?
Stacy, Chris, Travis, Nick,
Hunter, Kevin
Pease, Ashley.
So we had a good handful.
Yeah, Stacy was probably my favorite. One of my favorite. I mean, actually, I had Stacy kind of as one of my favorite.
Because she was coached then.
Yeah, and I know Stacy well, known her since she was a young girl too, and I love her to death.
I do too.
So yeah, Stacy and Travis. I think it was Travis's first time, if I'm not mistaken.
Travis said it was his first time.
Yeah, and then they had their sister Kelly. Kelly's pretty involved in things,
and a coach,
and a coach, and just a great sister to those two. So yeah, I mean that's special. So who is the bigger guy?
Bigger guy.
From Reed City.
That was Hunter.
Hunter, I loved him. Yeah, Hunter did a great job too.
Yeah.
Going down the line, he was giving everybody knuckles.
Yeah. He does acting in the plays at the Reed City Crossroads Theater.
Does he?
Too. Yes.
I could, his very personable.
Yes.
Yeah, you could see that with him, and just kind of a mountain of a man.
And that was another example of our community that comes in for us, the Reed City Crossroads Theater. We had a talent show in January, and they let us use their place free of charge. They helped with lighting and the music, and was really there for us. So I just wanted to say thanks again to them.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, first time I think I met him too, and just very personable, and he was the one person I think when he jumped in, you didn't see much of a reaction from him. Most people kind of come up and they're like gasping for breath and trying to get to the edge of the pool as quick as they could, and he kind of just jumped in and was like, eh. And then he's walking around. Everybody else is running in the trailer to get dry clothes on, and Hunter's just walking around like
any other day.
Yeah, like any other day.
He just got out of the shower.
Right. So yeah. So how are you guys preparing then for the summer games that are coming up? I mean, have you started preparing for that, or is?
So we usually generally start our practices in early April, and we go all the way up until summer game starts.
Right. And behind the scenes, Pat and them are have put in all the paperwork we need. But so yeah, when our practices starts, that's when we start up for that.
Where do you guys start? Where do you practice at? Is there a location here locally that allows you guys to use their facilities?
Charter school here allows us to use their track for practice.
Okay, so Mitchell Creek there.
We also use like the Ferris Rec Center. Ferris has been really good with
Ferris
us
has
and
been
welcoming
awesome to
us
you
with
guys.
open arms and letting us use their facilities. So
Correct.
And that's, I guess, one of the things with Special Olympics I think that makes me so happy is to see the relationships that a lot of you have with the Ferris athletes. You know, specifically, you know, like the girls' women's basketball or the men's basketball. To see the relationships there. I mean, like, you know, Nick, you know, has all these friends on each of these teams,
Yeah.
and it's just special, I think, to me to see the bond that is there between our Olympians and the Ferris State athletes.
Right.
So the heart-to-heart game, I don't know if you've been to many of those.
I've been to one.
The last few years, I've actually been helping Andy coach. But I've also been on the sidelines for my athletes and cheering them on, you know, even though I'm helping Andy. But this year we got to get our win back because last year Kurt took our win. So Andy's got to get it back in the win column this year.
Kurt Westendorp took it?
Yeah, Kurt Westendorf's team took it. So Andy's got to get back in the win column.
Okay. So who's Kurt coach then?
So it pairs the men and women's basketball team with Area 5 Special Olympics. So there's men and women and our Area 5 athletes all together on one team, and then men and women and athletes on Andy's team. So it combines everybody in one.
All right. So you got to get back in the win column is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Okay. So what specific events are there at the Summer Games?
Oh,
I mean,
goodness. There is a ton. Anywhere from volleyball to track and field to gymnastics. There is a ton of sports for Summer Games. So just to name a few, but there is quite
and so
a
do
bit.
we have members from our area that are in do each of the events, or is it kind of, you know?
Athletes?
Yes.
Oh, geez, we have a lot of them that do several.
Okay.
Three here in this room are three of them and Nick.
Okay.
Like Andrew does golf, snowshoes.
No.
He used to do basketball and poly hockey and things like that. So, and these guys, Amanda's out now because of her knee, but you know.
Okay. So, but I mean, so in whatever event there is, do you have to have somebody from your area, or is it just kind of?
No, for summer games.
Yeah.
No, it's just whatever your program offers. We
Okay.
have for summer games we take a bocce ball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, athletics, swimming. What's our other ones, Amanda? Can you think volleyball this year? If we can get a team
Volleyball,
together.
swimming, track and field, bocce.
Yeah.
I think we're only down to
used to
like
do
4 or
bowling.
5.
Okay.
Volleyball.
Well, they moved bowling to the
Right,
fall.
because it was
Yep.
so huge.
Right.
And we didn't have enough lanes over there.
So
Okay.
actually, something else I didn't mention. In 2022, I got to attend the not the World
Oh, I
Games,
remember that.
the USA
Games.
National Games in Orlando, Florida.
How was that?
It was hot, but it was good. I kept sunblock on the whole time and actually came back darker than when I left from using sunblock so much I actually tanned.
Yeah, I remember when you went down for that.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
fun.
That's something special, right? Not
Yes.
just anybody can. I mean,
You have to be selected, correct?
okay. And who selects? Who does that selection? Is it the?
Anywhere from the state office to your local area management team and Pat.
Okay. Yeah, I do. I remember when you came back and how excited you were. Actually, I
Yeah.
remember even before you left how excited you were.
Yep. So I took 2 fourth place and a second place. Didn't do too bad. But yeah, overall it was a great time, and I met some new friends down there. So that was awesome, and still keep in touch with them.
So basically, I mean, is it you guys pretty like a family bond? Like you guys are almost like a family
Oh, yes.
unit.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Everybody gets very close.
Yep. That's, and like I've always said, when Nick and I were going to Planet Fitness together, we call each other family because we built that bond through Special Olympics.
Mm-hmm. And now, is Nick still go to plant? Because he looks like he's kept that weight off a little.
He's been going on and off. He does a lot of walking. He walks to and from work.
Mm-hmm.
He walks all over Big Rapids, so he looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah. No, I noticed. And Jennifer, you've lost some weight too.
Oh, yes, I've lost almost 70 pounds.
Good. And Amanda, once that knee gets healed, you'll get back out, back to the gym. You'll go Planet Fitness.
Yep, absolutely.
When do you guys go? To the gym.
I try to go. I was trying to go when I could.
5:30 in the morning, quarter to 6.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay,
Not
that's
early,
when I go.
Usually afternoon.
All right.
But I was working really close with the trainer when they had the trainer there, and when I worked with the trainer, Jesse, Jimmy, whoever it may have been, I was actually down 50 pounds.
Yeah, it makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Gained it all back, but
no, makes a difference.
It does.
Keeping healthy, and if you're going to participate in these games.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, and
it's important.
That's kind of what we utilize the gym for, is to get fit, start our training for the games and to get healthy. We used to have a program that a couple years ago was called Healthy Athletes, and they would nominate an athlete at summer games who's gotten healthy, who eats healthy, who can lose the weight and stuff, but they haven't done that in recent years. But I've actually been selected a couple times, but never actually won the award.
Going back to your middle school years,
oh jeez,
who is your favorite staff member at Big Rapids Middle School when you were there?
Now you're gonna make me think.
Come on. We're going back.
I
know who my favorite teacher was.
Trying to remember
Who's
who
that?
was there.
Mr. Borkovich? Yeah, Mr. I was gonna guess.
I have to brown nose a little bit.
Good old Bruce.
I probably have to say it wasn't really. I mean, it was a staff member, but I would probably say Mr. Rizzo. Him and I got close, and he was pretty friendly with us, and so.
Mr. Rizzo goes to Planet Fitness.
Does he?
Yep, I've seen him there.
Mr. Hunty, he was always funny. My goodness. Still miss seeing him, but.
Pat?
Well, I think you've done a great job interviewing him, Brian. I think you brought to the attention to the area that's listening out there how important Special Olympics are to Michigan and our area, to the United States. Actually, I know they have a national Special Olympics, don't they?
Yes.
Where's that held at every year? They have different ones.
It moves just like the regular Olympics.
Yeah. So it's really big deal.
So the nationals, the USA games for 2026 will actually be held in Minnesota.
Oh, my brother lives there.
All right. Then how many people will be participating in the Olympics, do you think? I mean, like 10,000 or?
How many were there when you went, Amanda?
Oh, you've been.
I don't even remember.
Orlando.
So I went to Orlando, Florida for USA Games in 2022 for bowling.
And that was in Orlando. Did you go to Disney World?
We did. We did a little bit of Animal Kingdom, a little bit of Disney. Didn't do a whole lot. It rained down there, so we were trying to stay. It was hot, but we were trying to stay dry at the same time.
What time of year was that?
In the summer. It was in June.
Okay, yeah. But it was a good experience, huh?
Yeah.
Met a lot of new people from all over the world, or just United States?
It was all over. I mean, the United States, all from across the country.
Right.
People get selected, so.
Would you say there was thousands?
Oh, yeah, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, they were from all over.
Did you get a picture of everybody on a big field or not?
I got some pictures. I didn't get everybody like on the field.
How did you do? Did you do any of the Olympic games at all?
So I did bowling for the USA Games. I took 2 fourth and a second place medal.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, that's good. What do you bowl?
My highest averaging would have been a 166.
Wow, that's good.
That's better than me.
Back in my
I'm a
prime was
handicap.
128, but that was after about 10 beers.
I'm getting better and better each year. So
Yeah, I had to quit bowling. I didn't really pay
I had to quit
attention.
drinking.
do you need the? Do you have to have the gutter
More of a
lanes up?
social day, yeah. But anyway, so this year it's in Minnesota. Would you be planning on going there?
You don't get selected every year, so this is
How would you
pretty
get
much a
selected?
once in a lifetime.
And the other thing is, does anybody from here at all, are they able to go?
Yeah, so in 2022, myself and Tyler Lawton went for our area and represented Area 5. So
Tyler's another good young man.
Yes.
So who will be doing it this year for him?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure what sports they're gonna choose as far as the USA games for this year. So really uncertain right now.
Jennifer, do you know? I mean, how do they pick who goes from here?
We don't have anybody in our area that's going to be going, but
Okay.
and I do not know how the
So
selection works.
you basically, your name gets selected out of a hat.
Oh.
And either like your area director would choose, or the state office chooses the names out of a hat and who gets to go.
And it costs a lot of money. They have to
It
raise a
does.
lot of money to
We
go.
have to, yeah.
That's
Who went
all.
with you? Did you have anybody go with you, family member or otherwise, when you went down
Nope.
3 years ago? No?
I went by myself,
Okay.
or just me and Tyler.
Yeah.
And we flew down, so it was my first time ever flying. That was an adventure.
Yeah. Is there anybody you want to thank out there for your career in Special Olympics? Who got you started? And is there any hero out there that you'd like to thank?
Just Special Olympics in general. Like I said, I've come a long way. And
But who got you in it?
Oh, actually, Nick Borders did.
Okay. So he's your hero.
Yep.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
And then I want to
Don't let
give a
him
big
hear
shout
that.
out to this last weekend at the Polar Plunge, to our posse team, and not only that, but our dive team for getting brave and getting in the water and braving the elements to get splashed on and get wet themselves. So
So Nick's your hero. He jumped in the plunge this year.
he did.
Good for him. I bet he raised a lot of money.
Yeah, he was our top athlete fundraising person for.
He's dedicated
the
his
plunge.
whole life to that, hasn't he?
He has.
Yeah, we're very fortunate to have him in
Yeah.
the community. I know he's an inspiration to a lot of the ball players at Ferris at the
Yeah,
basketball
absolutely.
games, and I hear him at the football games. I don't think he's missed a football game. I don't think there's
So he actually
probably a
gets,
top
like, the-
fan, but he would be a top fan of the.
He actually gets like the
Bulldogs.
dog tag things for
I
the
bet.
football games and
Yeah, yeah,
stuff. So
yeah, yeah. He cheers them on. He gives them heck too when they're not doing well.
No.
I've seen him in action. Yeah.
we do. We like to give the refs and especially at basketball, the refs and Andy and Kurt, we like to give them a hard time there.
Have you folks ever been kicked out of a ball game for?
So we have not.
Oh, you
Andy
haven't? Okay.
Andy actually enjoys it. He said that we're his voice. That way he doesn't have to use it towards the refs.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's cool. Well, anyway, I guess Jennifer, there's you come from a great family. Obviously, you're very sensitive
Right.
to the program. Do you have a hero in life at all?
Do I? Yes,
Yeah,
my
that-
mother.
Your mother. So
Yes, she's
the
a
one
very
that-
strong woman. She's always taking care of people, and she's always been there for me. She's my best friend.
Yeah. You know, I often say, you know, the greatest compliment you can get is having a sibling or a child say that you're my hero, mother.
Yeah.
You know it? Huh?
Yes.
So your mother is very fortunate, and so are you. That's good. It's all about love, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Yeah.
Hey Pat, can we
Yeah.
possibly get you to jump next year for plunge?
I got a condition.
He's got a condition.
What's that song? Elvis' song, Condition? What is it, Bob? Yeah, I don't know either. He's got to think of a good song. Bob does. He's
Yeah.
over there looking them
I'll,
up.
I got
I'll
one.
I'll talk people into doing it all day, but I won't do it myself either.
Yeah. I did it, and you know what? Like I said, I had to change of clothes until I got outside for a bit, and then I'm like, no, this isn't happening.
Some people that were coming in were actually telling me that there was ice at the top of the water.
Well, with the wind and as cold as it was, I could see that.
Yeah, they were coming in saying that there was actual ice built on top of the water. So
But I would have to say I've been to a few of them, and I think they all do a great job. But Kyle Wells is probably
Oh, God, Kyle is
the
great.
number one jumper.
So I remember
isn't he?
one year it was actually just a little bit warmer than it was Saturday, and they actually had buckets of snow that they were dumping in the water to keep the water cold because it had been warm out.
This year?
No, it was a couple years ago.
Oh, they had snow then?
Yeah, they had buckets of snow that they were dumping into the water.
Wow. Yeah. Well, listen, we're going to wrap it up. Anything else, Amanda, you want the people to hear about your story?
Nope. Like I said, if you haven't ever been to a Special Olympics event, please come watch, and you won't be disappointed. And it's always a great time to see our athletes.
And then if someone wanted to say, I want to donate to this great cause that we have here in America and Mecosta, Osseo, and Nuevo counties, how would they go about that? Is there an office or a mailbox?
Jennifer, do you want to
or-
go into detail on that one?
Okay, Jennifer, yeah.
You could donate directly to either like Pat Rosales, Kim Chapman, or myself.
How would they get to her, though? Is there...
If you go to our website,
Okay, website. good, yeah.
somi.org,
Yeah.
and then you look for Area 5, there's information there, and then on our Facebook page
All
also.
right, say it one more time now, so if somebody's listening.
SOMI, SOMI.org, and then look for Area 5. We are Area 5.
Okay,
All of the
special.
information for that is on there. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Or you can. There's my number, Pat. You can give me a call if
And
somebody
then,
wants.
and the other thing is they can donate throughout the year.
Yes.
So if they have a better month and they need to
Right.
get rid of some of that cash, they can donate to Special Olympics through that
Right.
website.
And I just want to say, when you donate, if you donate a check and send it somewhere, make sure you put Area 5 on it. Then it'll go directly to this county. If it's just to Special Olympics, it goes to the state for wherever they decide it goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
Pat,
a
and
big
you
thing
all-
to know.
Right.
Pat, and you also have a container at Curries with
Yeah.
donation
Yeah, that's
money
a
for
good way,
Area
too.
5 as well. So.
Yes, we have. We've raised a lot of money there, haven't we?
Yep, and I try to put some money in when I come in. So
Oh, God bless your soul. That's very nice.
I know I'm
of
an
you.
athlete. I know I don't have to, but you know what? It goes back to Special Olympics.
Correct.
Well, you've got a big heart. I've known you for years, and I always say a person with a big heart has a sweet smile, and you definitely have both. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. You give a lot of joy to a lot of people, right?
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Patrick.
Right, right.
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Patrick's a
And you-
strong silent type.
Bob,
Yes,
do you have
he
any
is.
questions that
Yes, he
you,
is.
Not at all.
after hearing the program this morning, that would intrigue you to ask anything?
We
And I-
appreciate you guys coming on.
And actually, I'm actually a relation
timing.
to Pat here. So
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
we all come from Adam and Eve. Well, Bob, what do you think?
I want to say thank you to Bob and Kyle for everything they do
Yes.
for us. Bob did the music at the Polar Plunge, and they're always great advocates for us and come on here and let everybody know what's going on when we have events. So
Yeah,
thank you,
just
Bob.
these last few minutes.
Kyle.
In life, it goes by so fast that at the table we talk, we look at each other, and we're all, except for Brian, we're all about 70 years old or plus. Pete Kent brings the average up to 90. But, God does take us eventually, and that's why you got to be full of love and no hate and resentment of your past or whatever. And you can't change your past, but you can change your future.
Right.
And I know you've had a lot of great people in your life, and you just lost your grandmother, was it, Helen Corey?
yeah, just lost Grandma last Monday.
Give her a little tribute to her. What did she mean to you?
A lot. Actually, I've been thinking about this. Just a lot. She was a great grandma. She did a lot for me and my sisters and my family. And it's been a roller coaster this last week, trying, in between crying, not crying, thinking of the good memories of her. So it's been a roller coaster this last week.
She was your hero, wasn't she?
She was.
Yeah. I think grandma's a gift from God, and grandchildren are a gift to us, grandpas and grandmas.
Yes.
I got 7 grandchildren. If my grandchildren think the way you're thinking right now and speak the kind words that you have of her, that sums her whole life up, doesn't
And
it?
her funeral is Saturday, so.
Is it? Yeah. Well, our prayers and thoughts.
And
are
today
with
actually
you.
would have been her birthday, so.
And how old would she be today?
86.
Want to sing happy birthday to her? She's in heaven, you know that,
She
right?
is.
You want to sing happy birthday
Sure.
to her? Let's sing it.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Grandma Corey. Happy birthday to you.
I hope nobody heard me.
Well, it's not quite Marilyn Monroe, but,
No, but you know what?
Maybe we got something going there.
God bless you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Bobby, that
Thank you,
sums it
guys.
up pretty much. We've had a nice show today. I appreciate 1039 WBCX for letting us share these moments with them. Special Olympics is a great thing to have in our area. And
We're glad to be here.
I want to thank you for being involved. And I tell you, I don't think you guys have a bigger fan in this county, and I mean this, and we don't need the votes right now. Anyway, another 4 years, we might have to have the votes for Brian and Sheriff Miller. But Sheriff
Of
Miller
course.
has been a big advocate and a sport,
Yes.
a sponsor of you guys for a long time. I know
Yes.
that. He doesn't do it just because he's a sheriff.
Exactly.
He does it because he has a big heart.
Yeah.
And once again, I want to thank you very much for all coming on.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate
bless
it, and thank you
America.
to the community for all your support.
And now we want to thank who our sponsors. Do you know who they are? Zots Bar and Grill and Big Rapids Tire. So if you're ever in need of food, which we all like to eat,
Who would love food?
we stop at
Best
Zots Bar
burgers
and Grill.
around.
Yes, they're a very good burger, and they have cold beer,
I don't drink,
and
so
they have
Me
good
either.
hot whiskey,
Nah.
and they have great soup. So thank you, Roxanne and Doug at Zots Bar, and then Andrew Brock at Big Rapids Tire. If you're in need of tires, alignment, shocks, struts, whatever you need, front end alignment work, Big Rapids Tire is the place to go, right there on North State Street, right across from my rentals.
Yes.
knows where
He was
my
helpful to me too before.
God bless America, Bob.
Come say cheers at Zots Bar and Grill in Big Rapids. Great food, great prices, and great people, where everybody knows your name. Zots, people's choice for best soup. You don't want to miss their award-winning burgers and chili as well. Originally opened in 1933 and serving it up ever since. Seasonal beers on tap. Located at 732 North State Street in Big Rapids. Roxanne and Doug at Zots Bar and Grill are proud sponsors of the Signature Player of the Week for the Curries Hot Stove League every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m.
Hey, this is Andrew from Big Rapids Tire. Putting off winter, good idea for some, but in reality, pretty much impossible. And if you wait too long to get snow tires, you'll be saying,
Ah, should have done it sooner. Dang it.
or something slightly more harsh. Last thing you want is to be slipping and sliding, or even worse, delayed, because you can't get out of your driveway. Get fresh new snow tires from Big Rapids Tire. There's no better feeling than to confidently take on the roads in the rough weather with good solid snow tires on your car. Confidence and peace of mind. Priceless. Big Rapids Tire. There for you, whatever the weather. Fast and friendly service on Northland Drive, just north of Big Rapids. Call 796-4839. That's 796-4839. Big Rapids Tire.